Hello, nerdy best friends, and welcome to episode 2 of the Ravening War, where we're picking up 2 years after our main character's initial meetings. I can't wait to see what Mercer has in store. I would like to take some time to thank some members here on the channel who have access to Critical Role themed badges, and you can too by becoming a member today. Thank you, Adam Esperanza, JustRogue17, Tom Nick, and someone I see quite frequently in the chat, Jessica Hudson. Thank you so much. I love your face. Don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy the show.
And say hello to our fantastic scrumptious scoundrels. Say hello, scrumptious scoundrels.
Hello, scrumptious scoundrels.
Are we doing the thing?
We're doing the thing. I guess so.
Well,
to,
a little
I failed.
This is sort of
I did this.
self-soothing for me.
to be pious around the bulb, it is important to look up to its great light as it cascades down upon you. As 2 years have passed, popped off, if you will,
Popped off
in the town of
like
Compta.
popcorn.
Fructera reaches out to the Meatlands and forges a temporary alliance of their own, bring some of the Dairy Islands into Meatland control. So violence and aggression have temporarily ceased. What have you been doing amidst this growing chaos, this brimming bloodshed?
Yeah, how has she grown?
Karna
Mr.
is
Pepper?
just trying to get as close to the would-be king, Jacques Tomate. If we somehow pull off a victory, I'll be set up for life.
The people of Fructera are still behind the claim to the throne, but as what happens as war continues and losses begin to mount, people of the populace begin to see firsthand the cost of war.
Yeah.
And with that comes challenges. And Tomate is still growing more and more anxious. He has triggered a war that has now grown to a scale I don't think even he anticipated.
With every bit of information that comes in, the bulb is letting this happen.
I will say I would have reached out to you. In my head, in 2 years, I think our conversation about me not being important
Yep.
has consistently
Festered.
rung in my head as being something that I have moved from a place of being like, Karna did not know who I was, and that is not okay. So I think I
Right.
would have
Oh,
reached out
God,
to you
Lou, I love you.
at least a couple of times in
Oh,
these
yeah.
2 years.
For a girl kind of reaching the cusp of womanhood, 2 years is enough time to romanticize a very small point in time. And I think she considers this like group of true friends
Yeah.
and will try to look out for them as best she can
Mhm.
with information coming in and out.
Love it.
Trust. It always works well for spiders.
Baseline trust, all right?
Baseline trust.
The great beef lord and speaker of the cow came together and used this opportunity
speaker of
to
the
expand
cow.
their influence as well as to set a standard of do not touch our borders. We will retaliate.
Deli leaves with the idea that Karna presented of like, you don't matter yet, but then also being selected in this idea that there is greatness within me. I think he does take that as being like, I'm special. Start just becoming just a warmonger. It's us versus everyone else. The Parisians see us as the shit of the great beasts and will use our bodies and our children as fertilizer to grow their wheat fields.
love
And if we
it.
do not stand together, they
Fuck
will
yeah.
pick us off one by one unless we find some way to come together as one.
Fuck yeah, Lou.
These words ring true to many of the people. In trying to unify the people, you begin to sense you're unintentionally beginning to push away the leaders. But isn't that what happens when you
Yep.
have to ascend to a place of power?
That's very true.
And I definitely also think that
Yeah,
I
being
do
on
it,
top is very lonely.
Using, like, so much we need a king or someone that we all need to bend the knee to, but we need someone who will lead us in the fight that is to come.
Call him Provolone.
Come on, Provolone!
Let's go, Provolone.
He is not used to anyone thinking about him. He's just gonna stick with Deli.
There's a word, I was reading a bunch of Wikipedia articles about the Scottish tribes. There's like whatever the title for wise man. Oh, what is it?
There's a Nordic one, Scald.
We'll take it.
say
Scald
Scald.
Provolone.
That's fine.
I've never had a title before.
Mother's influence to suggest he's not my Scald. He is her Scald. She has seen fit to bless him with this title, though I doubt I've ever asked for her approval to do it. But I'm just
Right.
like, he's Scald of Chiefess Catson's clan.
She heard you refer to him as Scald. And in that pregnant silence, she looked over towards Provolone. just gave a solemn nod.
Ooh,
And then continued to
approval.
walk.
Cheers some meat.
And it helps that she likes him too. We all
As
love
that's brimming
provolone.
up in
I
the
would die
northward
for
realm,
provolone.
We come back down to
I would never eat him.
the queen.
He's like,
Or now in a
he's too
2-year
precious
period, a
for me
title
to
that is
take
now
my
faded from
lactate.
me.
She went back to Vegetania and stayed close with the
With the
bishop for
bishop.
safety. On the down low was sending messages to Karna.
Health actions,
Oh,
Minus is for the lords. Minus is for the lords and ladies.
all right. Now do Juju.
Can I
Or
phone a friend?
Angelini.
Lord Cabbage has no interest in what you're peddling.
Oh,
And
Clearly.
in the moments where you begin to host and gather, another figure begins to step in and whisper counterclaims. Lady Wedgela of House Iceberg.
That goddamn iceberg lettuce, it is useless. It is not a food. It's not a real thing.
These leafy bastards.
It is a
you know what else
piece of ice.
is not a real
longtime
food? Celery.
opportunist. And
Look
while
it up,
the
people.
lady in waiting to you for quite
Celery
some
is
time, your friendship
bullshit.
was
No
especially from her
nutritional
standpoint.
value. 6 calories
her
in
uses,
a bundle.
But she definitively was a
For crunchy water.
affair with a friend within the court. Some strong shoulder rubs with House Cabbage as well. And this causes continuous tension and challenge.
I want to test the waters on like, yo, is Duke Tomate picking up what I'm putting down?
An interest to at least converse.
Okay.
I send you back a spark of hope. If you can get to him, you could sway him.
But it means giving up your
All
hold.
right, so trust is bad. I am going to put my poorly placed faith in the bishop and let him know. We've spoken about this before, and I
This is an Eldritch
truly
being.
believe that this may be our only chance.
Lady Wedgler has seen fit to poison the garden of court with some rather toxic rumors that now grow like weeds.
Trying to look at the chessboard in this pause. Tide has gone back out, and that can either mean we're headed towards low tide,
Yep.
or it can be the water rushing out before the
Yep.
next huge wave comes in.
Absolutely.
And I think put a thumb on the scale of the big wave coming back.
Yes.
Amongo joining Jacques Tomate, double down on the claim, gives them extra legitimacy. It feels like the scales of the war are balanced in a way that provokes conflict if Amongo goes to Fructera. That's a nat 20 for a 30. What the fuck? I swear to God, I don't actually know what's happening.
Can we get some
I
different
swear-
dice boxes?
I think I will eat my dice.
There you go. Oh, now it's gone. Now it's gone. You can't get it back.
Wait.
Sorry.
Eat your dice. Eat
Them's
your
the rules.
dice. Eat
So
your
what
dice.
is the grand
Eat your
total
dice.
of that?
A wedding to Tomate, whose claim is the strongest. I believe the Vegetanian people would open their arms and hearts to you.
While publicly it is spoken that he is housed up in Uvano, you do hear that he has been intentionally misdirecting to avoid assassination
Yep.
and laying low with
Makes
Incarnate
sense.
once more.
Hell yeah.
I'll look to set up like Karna helping abscond with the queen under the guise of pilgrims. So it's not like a big royal thing. It's like these are holy people. Don't bother them. We're gonna get
Love
the queen
them.
out of Vegetania.
Love it.
And if I have any
I'll hail the corn god.
monk,
Sir Allium Goldring is very much at your disposal.
Oh,
The onion ring
my
knight
gosh.
who has often done some of the dirty work for you in the past.
Discretion. Discretion above all else, Sir Allium.
Yes, Bishop. Your Eminence.
No drinking. No pleasures of the flesh on the journey.
Yes, of course. None wouldn't think of it at all. Not with. You see, he looks up, and even though you're indoors, he looks to where the ball might be, and there's a brief moment where you see him like flinch, like he's waiting for something to crush him. I will be at their beck and call at this side, and if anyone gets in the way, I'll fucking cut them up.
language in the chapel, my
Sorry,
dear boy. All feverishly, manically searching through church records for the Fellowship of Destiny's Architects. Just that is a monomania of just feverish searching for
Yeah.
any hint or clue of them.
You pour through everything you can get your hands
You
on.
find
And
nothing.
due to your station here in Vegetania, interesting moments through Bulbian history. discussions of unspoken allies within the church. There's a page missing.
Yo.
Another page missing later in the tome.
Mm-hmm.
Elements of the Bulbian Church's history have been struck from the record.
Endless nights of like a sputtering green vegetable oil candle as I like look at missing, like the rip of a missing page, all the like FDA stuff all around me.
Like unspoken allies, heretics. So very fascinating. Why would you hide your face?
And in those 2 years, I think the other, like Amongo, sending to Fructera, I think Karna, I would want to set up over those 2 years, though you're in Greenhold, just like in Comida, things that would give you status if you needed it. Like church building, things that are like resources for you to use in Comida.
I got a letter from that bishop who just happened to be there.
Of course.
Trying to find a way to bring
I
it back
carried
up.
him, and he just happened to be
He
there.
just had nothing to do with
Yeah,
it.
and the bulb was gonna protect us and all of
Just
that.
sort of
He wrote.
there.
He sent me a letter.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's nice.
The visions still occasionally return.
No.
Darkness.
Darkness. Fire.
Whirring, strange, reflective teeth. The sound of a high-pitched whining scream, grinding lower and lower. Blood, viscera, tearing of flesh, nothing, darkness, flesh, shadow.
Yes.
I don't like it. I don't like
You good, Zach?
it. No.
I didn't like the thing with the.
Sound.
And I think,
Come on, provolone.
and there's just a big question mark under Colin Provolone.
Ah.
And where are you going, little cheese knight?
Somewhere in the meat lens, Colin Provolone goes, "Ew."
Colin, are you all right?
Yeah, it's just sort of a wave of nausea and creeps. Just let's
All
find
in one.
something.
You over there.
Take someone off the map to present to Tomate. I'm gonna go to the bishop and have a one last meeting as we're setting everything up
All right,
to get her out.
Clasping it. I'll make you proud. Don't worry.
I know you will, Sir Allium.
Telepathically.
Good to see you again.
Why is it always in here? It's good to see
Stepping
you.
into this cathedral, as you cross the threshold and begin to step towards the bishop, you can't help but feel that growl deep within your torso.
I think you see her disguised self flicker between Gemma and then like a 16-year-old Karna that looks a little more like hale and well-fed. And then the other, like her true self where she still looks small and half-starved and even more ragged.
Can I do a little insight?
Yes, you may.
Please don't roll another natural 20.
That's gonna be an 18.
22.
Okay.
Okay.
I need something from you.
What can I offer you?
I've been trying to bolster his flagging ambitions, but if I could present him with a chess piece, or at least the head of one, I think he will be emboldened to move on Greenhold and not hide anymore.
A big trophy to bring to Tomate to get into his good graces. But if I've got a couple options, I'd like to pick someone that's been a problem for the church.
Okay. Fair.
Okay.
That's very good.
Sir Drunan, the well-known hero of the recent battle at Greenhold. Arrogant eggplant knight. His purple skin
Massive
tinged
eggplant,
with scars that have within some of the local taverns, gallivanting around with whores and often found bludgeoning and leaving bloodied figures that look at him wrong and leaving for the houses to clean up in his wake. A truly terrible, terrible man. The church doesn't like him. Some of the figures he's had to deal with in the past at the behest of the king happened to have been useful chess pieces on the church's board in its planned expansion.
Vegetania doesn't need heroes.
Can I make an insight check on him?
Yes, you may. What are you looking
Amazing.
I just want to know where he goes when he thinks. Because there is that sense of like, you have your like very kindly persona, but we've spoken frankly many times.
Yeah, I'm speaking telepathically
Yeah,
in your
yeah,
head
yeah.
right now. Yeah, for sure.
for? So yeah, go ahead and make a persuasion or deception based on what you're trying to convey.
All right, 23.
25.
Every time. He's fine and this is fine. Cool.
Hard blank to read.
Everything's
he looks
good.
like he's.
Can I make an insight to see if what I said made you curious about me?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, all right. So deception versus an.
Ooh, I don't make it.
Yeah, 21.
Cool.
Two
know-
walls
Yes.
facing and probing,
Nothing.
but showing nothing here in the midst of the cathedral.
Legends that make them stand tall. Pride is the opposite of humility and obeisance.
When all of this fighting is done, will they remember you as a hero?
I would prefer not to be remembered.
Remembered it at all? Yeah.
Blessings of the bulb be upon you, and sir.
You good?
Beginning to like kind of slaver.
I'll do a little subtle spell, detect thoughts.
Sure. I'd also like you to make a religion check.
Yeah, I'll do that too. 14.
I've seen these sort of reactions before. Usually in moments before their heads left their shoulders or the flames took their body.
Ba-dum-tsh.
So you're gonna reach in with a little.
No probing, just surface thoughts.
Okay. You get nothing, as my magic item refuses divination magic.
Absence, void.
See that you are fed and have something to drink before you
The
head
dreams
out
he's
on
having,
your
something's
next,
eating her from the inside out.
Thank you so much. Please let me go now. She just gets up and hauls ass out.
Gotta get that guy. If he comes for Deli, then I'm gonna try to break his neck, tumble over Deli's back. Just imagining sort of like a full combat. Like this, it's not scary when it doesn't involve someone spotlighting Colin directly.
Right.
A scroll with a wax seal
Oh,
of
here we
two
go.
hands.
Colin, and I think I turn and hold it up. For him. No.
No, I'm not. Just dust your shoulders off.
Fellowship. They're calling for us.
The loss of the few shall be the salvation of the many
Let's go.
in its light. Bring him.
Colin, I need you to find us a ship.
Should I check to see if I got one?
Sure. Mine ends with bring him. I'm
Bring
assuming
him.
you're him.
Well, I hope so. I guess Colin is gonna probably look around his room and not find it.
He does find one,
Oh.
and he opens it and it reads, "We gave one to Deli already. Just have him, have him read it for you."
It hurts that they spent time.
Just to get massive
Right.
font. Seems like enough font
Same
to fill the
presentation.
page. Yeah.
Yeah, it just says ditto.
Yeah.
I got one too.
Glad they didn't leave you out. Anyway, we have to get. We should get going.
Put mine in my pocket too.
You mentioned about possibly dealing with a certain eggplant. How do you intend
Yeah.
to do so, if at all?
Well, yeah, I think I
Yeah.
give. I think I just. Karna's basically like, I need a name, and I'm like, hey, free dead guy. Okay, yeah. Free.
Real full invisibility. Let's slip in, and I want to catch him in flagrante delicto
Yeah.
and just make it quick and clean.
Rapid.
And flagrante delicto means while they're fucking.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is it Latin or Greek?
I think it's Latin.
Latin.
Could be Italian. In flagrante delicto.
That's fine.
What are you guys talking about?
As distracted as he is, the blade slips quick. The capsaicin, the woman that he's currently with, begins to scream and scream.
We are all eventual food in the maw of the hungry one. And I want to flick the knife and
The maw of the
catch,
hungry one. Oh my
the
God.
woman against the wall
Here
too.
we go.
Sort of overwhelmed with like a new burning itch across my like neck and chest. Slowly, carefully take down like the careful robes I have wrapped across where a new like rotten spot on her body is, and begin to carve it away.
Y'all freaks.
You just made a nice
Yeah,
sandwich.
we're just having a fun time.
Yeah, you having a good time?
So
Get
good.
on a boat and hang out.
Yeah. We're drinking beers, getting into fights. Y'all cutting yourselves up, killing snow peas.
I bet everybody else is being regular.
Yeah, exactly. Just like us.
Just regular, you know?
Whatever.
And take a little bit of the snow pea and a little bit of this unfortunate eggplant knight
feed
and
the-
burn them in offering to the hungry one. And then take his head.
All right.
I don't know the difference in kinds of screaming, because I don't fuck.
That's valid. But the person who would run a setup like this very much knows that difference.
Shit.
Anything else you need to handle before you wish to shove off as well?
The bold versus the
I'm
hungry
going
one. I'm
to-
so excited.
I think I'm going to follow the queen. This was not the original plan, but I think I'm going to follow the queen and Karna. Saw fit to include the Lady Amango, we would not have returned an incredibly beloved Fructeran noble to Tomate in his hour of needing to unify Fructera. It's not like a pro Amango, like, what a great lady. It's like, you're bad at politics, right? You just helped unify Fructera because you scared the queen away. That's the last thing I kick
Love
up in
it.
Greenhold before I head off.
Wait a minute. So I just want to clock, even though, and I'm going to say this in her head, I think we finally have proof that he didn't just follow me out of the FDA meeting. He didn't just like find that I left the castle. He didn't just show up, come running out. We finally have a little bit of proof.
What am I going to spend 2 weeks or 2 years?
Oh, no,
thinking that, okay,
no. I just wanted the proof.
I guess they must have included me because I stumbled into that first.
Stop it! Just yell.
But so let me
No,
see
I
here.
want to roll a thing again. Yeah. I want to roll again.
What are you rolling?
I want to know this. I rolled a natural 2. I can never believe you.
I'm gonna subtle spell enhance ability, roll deception. Okay, that's a 9, and that's a 17,
I
27.
hate it. Let me be very clear.
Did you? Yeah.
I think he's clean. I think it's fine, and this is fine.
I guess I got grandfathered in because I stumbled into that first meeting. Wild. Anyway.
With that, you are genuinely impressed with her ability to leap between the unseen narrows of this city, through its alleys and the dark corners, and you do your best to help aid where you can, until eventually you come upon a very simple exterior, almost
Rap on the door 3 times.
sliding of some sort of a brace on the other side of the door.
And then I say something in a language that no one's ever heard me speak before. I'm here. Close the door behind us and latch it.
Slide it back over. The older woman kind of looks to you, gives a nod, and gestures across the way to a small crib.
A small blanket of grapevines and leaves is a tiny wine grape. It's dark, 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 almost like a mix of maroon and blue, but it's got little flecks of the same kind of flecks that she has on her own skin. You're safe, little man. I just pick him up and just hold him for a minute. I promise I'll be back for you someday. Oh. Take something and wipe off the little bit of burp throw up that's on my shoulder.
And indeed, as she walks out, you do see her first just gesture for it, kind of just like an additional secondary wipe. And as you look, there is a bit of a milky, kind of brownish stain on the shoulder.
It confirmed her suspicion.
Arrive at the familiar exterior of the Great Pyramid of Food.
Glad to see you're healthy and well.
And you as well.
Karna.
Thane. And Karna regrets how much she's blushing right now.
Did you hear anything about me?
Is his name worth knowing now?
I'm scald now.
What does that mean?
It's a title.
Kind of, we're all important, I guess, so.
We're all important.
I
The bishop
just
just
wanna,
happens to be here.
Perception check, see if I clock her like. It's a natural 20.
Amazing.
Here we go.
What the fuck?
It's a 24.
I got a 6.
Okay.
I'll throw one
You know
out
what? I don't want. Can I just choose to fail the roll?
It almost
Yeah,
was
what
a
did I
turn. It was
roll?
so
Yeah.
close.
Chest puffs out even more.
Sways once more.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Have you been getting my letters?
I have.
Did you happen to also be here, or
I got grandfathered in.
grandfather dead?
I got grandfathered in from the last one because I stumbled in on the last one and I think they were just being sweet.
They were just being sweet.
Yes. Congenial, they don't want
They
to.
were
It would
adorable.
feel weird because I know I sort of crashed the party the last time, but I
Right.
think they would feel bad.
We're also excited about what we're doing.
Very excited. Very, very thrilled to find out what we're.
Bishop Charlock, in your arms. This was the moment Karna went, I'm gonna kill that bishop.
To the familiar
Look at it.
under
the
crypt
blueberries.
like 10 cloaked figures, masked, that all stand about 30 feet from you.
Architects, good evening.
We have word that a dangerous, untenable political operative
You must find a proper place to ambush this operative and slay them.
You've all been chosen because your capabilities.
We've all been chosen.
There's kind of an awkward silence as some of the masks look at each other. Well, wait, yeah, well, it's what we.
Yeah, well, it's why you brought you over here.
I mean, we didn't just walk in. We very specifically chose you. Why? What is this
You
question?
chose all of us.
Yeah, it's all 5 of you.
Is there like a grandfathering situation, or?
No, that would be ridiculous. When we work under cover of.
That's what we thought. That's what we thought.
Nobody should know about this. Like, to be honest, if any of you said anything, you would be immediately assassinated. Like, this is extremely low levels. You've all been brought here because we think, we believe.
You're all very proud. I hope you're all really proud. You found your way there, didn't you? I want to take those masks off.
So do I.
I want one, really.
Yeah, I want to take it off and put it on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just the understanding there. We have the understanding.
Great
That was
minds.
what we
Yes,
were going
yes,
to
yes,
talk
yes,
about.
you get it.
I mean, I'll tell you, once Colin gets his eyes on this location, he's going to have 1,000
I'm gonna have
ideas.
so many ideas.
Oh, well, then
Once
why
we
don't
get
say?
there, yeah.
He is
I
a
think
man
we can plan all we
of the
want right
purest
now,
ideas.
but we don't really know until we see the play.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
That's what it is.
I cook.
Did you hear that? He cooks.
Hey,
In her head. In her head. Did you hear that? He cooks.
I will kill you and then me.
Have you killed someone before?
A couple of times.
What was it like?
It was pretty bloody. Yeah, they were a meatlander, so we tend to gush.
I think she just gets a nosebleed and then faints.
I straight up drop a plate into the ring. Oh, my bulb. That's.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak.
Wow.
No, you're good. This
It's
is good.
just
This is
I
good.
don't.
Look, I'm the weak link. I'm gonna tell Deli everything. Hey, Deli, so there's this thing going on. Do you know about Tomate? He's actually here, and we're gonna go see him really quick. Do you want to come with us to go see him?
The with the hat.
What?
He had the hat when we were here. The big
Kicked
purple
off a
hat.
world war.
You're calling the guy
with the hat?
Yeah.
You see a frazzled looking tomato. The hat off and to the side. And there you see this
Hat off.
this tiny like curly queue of bright yellow orange hair that just kind of curls off the top of his head. Close the door behind you. Actually, he can do it for you. Close it. It's fine. Sits down, takes a big swig of wine.
But I have a gift for you. And I want to reach into the bag and pull up the head in the middle of the table.
As it, really? This is Tronan. Oh, spits right in his face and picks up the head and looks at it. I will remember this. Oh, it's. Takes another swig of wine, sets it down. You motherfucker! And just throws it across the room and it goes on the ground. And some of the other guards kind of look at it and approach and kind of poke it with the sword. He's like, oh, magnificent.
That wasn't the gift. I have for you a queen, if you are smart enough to take it.
I haven't even Really thought about or considered such matters. There's a lot going on, if in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, you're losing a war.
I'm not losing, I am considering my possibilities.
Sure, you can call it what you want, but you're a busy man, and I am a busier one. So we can dance around it, or we can have a conversation.
I haven't time to dance. Just tell me what you want, crudité.
I want you to marry Lady Amango. Yep. Oh, this is faster than I expected.
Kind of like twists his frazzled mustache in one hand. Well, Sacre bulbe.
Sacre bleu.
I think there may be something to this that could be extremely useful.
I have been nothing but extremely useful to you these 2 long years, no? Your claim is based entirely on the idea that there is no rightful heir from the previous king, no?
Oh no.
Of course.
What a shame that her son, his son, is in this very city right now. As long as you assure my place by your side. And you will call me by my true name then. Karna. And I take off Shakru's ring and put it on the table.
Looks like there is another chair there for the taking. It's go time. Are you ready? Let's go time.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
We gotta fight.
Game faces.
Remember, don't overthink it beforehand.
3-point land.
I love how RP Critical Role and Dimension 20 are. I really do. There's a good amount of actual checks and character building. And I love when characters are like, you don't need a roll for that. I want to have this interaction and build this bond with you. I very much love those moments. The queen has a baby. My gosh. So she probably wouldn't have found out until after the events of everything that she was pregnant. Oh my God. The tea. And of course, Abria being this know-it-all kid, finding out and then ratting out. And she's the hunger. She's what the bishop is dreaming about. Here I was thinking that, Brendan was going to do an Uno reverse and be the hunger. I was super wrong. But I am interested to see what he's going to do with that. Don't forget to subscribe and become a member if you haven't already. I believe next week I'm going to start tackling the background some more. So if you would like to contribute to the upgrade, make sure you become a member today, because everything that goes into the channel gets put into the channel and the aesthetic. I also have a Streamlabs link down below if you just want to contribute to a can of paint while I do what I'm thinking of doing. And I kind of want to tell you, but also I want you to see the progression of what it's going to look like as we go along, because something I didn't take into account is when we're full screen like this, you can see the side walls. I want to do an accent wall, but I thought of something really cool to do on these bits. I love your face. I'll see you very, very soon.